Is the ski needed for Barcelona to beat Inter Milan? He's old, geriatric, shout out to the shark, he's washed up. But heck yes, Barcelona need Lewandowski, aka the Polish nuke, if they are to knock out Inter Milan from the Champions League. Shout out to your boy Fabien Singi. So, this is from your boy Hansi Flick, who says, I think it might be better for Robert Lewandowski to start on the bench after his injury, but he's ready. We will see if he can start versus Real Madrid. Look, it's a big call. It's a big call. Do you start him knowing that he can maybe only give you 60 minutes or so forth? Or do you keep that ace in the hole, depending on where the game is? If you need a goal, or you just need a different tax up front, do you now try and bring him off from the bench? It's a really hard call because people say, oh no, start on the front foot trying to get those early goals. But if he's coming back from injury and he's this age, it's very doubtful. Hold on, let me just clear my throat. Hold on. Okay, so if you start him, you have to realize his age, the fact that he's coming back from injury, so he can only give you 60 or something minutes. So once you now take him off that set, you can't bring him on again. Now, we don't know on the evening of Tuesday, a few hours before kickoff, what his condition may be, because the medical team may say to Hansi Flick that, oh, he's good, he can give you 90. Which, we've done through the test, we've gone through everything, we can give you 90. So, I mean, because, okay, so, I'll get to the Flick. So I think that for me, if, let's say, he's in good peak fit condition, I start Lewandowski. I start him. Because here's the thing. Can you bank on bringing on Lewandowski and he can change the course of the game for you? I don't know. And remember, the Shark has been able to come on and make an impact off the bench. You see, there are amazing players. Some amazing players are great when they start. Other amazing players may not be so great when they start, but they can actually pop off and say what's up off the freaking bench. So there are those players who are like, you call them maybe super subs, Torre and Reflo, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But the other guys were, no, well, it's hard for me to really get into the mix of the game when I come off the bench, but I can really say what's up when I now start. And for me, I don't think Lewandowski is like that kind of a super sub, because for most of his career, he's been a starter. So Lewandowski has never been in a situation when he's had to be on the bench and come on and really prove himself. He was always a starter for Dortmund, always a starter for Bayern, and always a starter for Barca, always a starter for Poland. But the Shark, based on where he's been, he's a guy that has had to prove himself. He's never really been a bona fide starter where the team has been built around him. So I think that it would make sense to start Lewandowski, because what you want, it's 3-3, you want to start strong. I think if you're Barca, you want to try and get an early goal or a few early goals, and you want to really be on the front foot at the very beginning. So strong foot forward, and whatever the case may be, if let's say worst case scenario, what's going on? Barca are losing the game. The Shark has proven that he can get goals. So if you now have to bring off Lewandowski in the 60th minute because his conditioning is low and is a little bit slower, the Shark can come in and just give you a different task going forward. But at the start of my video, I did say that Lewandowski is needed. He is. Because, let's be real, even at his age, Lewandowski is still much the superior striker to the Shark. He simply is. And whether he's getting the goal or whether he's helping just to provide a conduit or just like a channel for a Rafinha, for a Pedri, for a Spanish Olmo, for a Yamal. He's important there. But it could be a game where there are going to be chances. And in a game where there are going to be chances, I trust Lewandowski more than I do the Shaq. I trust Lewandowski more than I do Yamal. And we know Yamal is arguably the best player in the world right now. But if that chance falls, I trust Lewandowski to be more efficient than most of that Barca frontline. Even Rafinha, because Rafinha can sometimes have an off day. So in that sense, because what Barca don't want is you create a whole bunch of chances, have a super high XG, but we lose the game by Inter being far more efficient. And we created the chances. We had the opportunities, but we were not efficient. So what you want is one of your most efficient players on that pitch. And Lewandowski, when you look at the numbers, because let's be real, we clown Lewandowski a lot. If you look at this guy's numbers, ever since he's been at Barca, I don't think he's ever gone below 20 in La Liga. And I think he's averaged 20 or 25 or above in all comps ever since he's been in Barcelona. So as much as we clown him for those periods where he can be a bit trash and ass cheeks, his numbers have been very efficient. So he's been super efficient with his numbers. So you have to say what's up to that guy. Like he has come in and he's proven himself as a top tier striker. Now, my thing here is for Flick, it's gonna be hard. Because he's like this, like it's big time right now. So that pretty much analysis comes through. It's big time right now. And I think for Flick, he knows that starting lineup could greatly determine this game. When you look at that first leg, this game could go all the way. And his starting lineup, his substitutions, his changes are going to be critical. So Flick, he is resting. Flick is really thinking long and hard because he knows that starting Lewandowski or bringing him off the bench, that's one decision could determine this game. You bring him off the bench, he isn't as effective, the game is already gone, and he doesn't have the impact of the game that you want. You start him, he isn't obviously fully fit, and maybe it takes him a while to even get into the game. So by the time you even get to the 60th minute, when he's trying to, by the time, I'm not trying to now understand where the game is, he's already tired and he's not really had the kind of the desired effects. So you may say that a guy coming back from injury who isn't match fit and didn't play on the weekend might actually be a detriment to the team rather than someone like a Shaq or an Olmo who have already been part of the team and are already match fit. It's a difficult call. He is your best striker. He is your best finisher. He's your most efficient player. And we know the talent that he has. But if you start him, is he going to have the desired impact against a very, very, very tough team that is going to make things very difficult for him? Because let's keep it a sec. You look at those 3 goals that Barca scored, those were not easy goals to score. Now, the second goal, that was classic Barca. But the first goal, ridiculous goal by Yamal, and the third goal, those were individual brilliance. So when you have to produce magic and do individual brilliance, that's how you know how difficult it is to break a team. So, look, it's a big call. It's a tough call. Tell me below, what do you think Flick should do? Should he start Lewandowski, mean that he only gets 60 minutes, or should he save him, start with a Shaq or Olmo, false 9, and bring him off the bench to now come in and now say what's up? It's a big call, but whatever the case may be, guys, we will be there on Tuesday for a huge game. Can't wait, bro. I cannot freaking wait. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.